way that this film is a homage to Logan's Run? And did you get inspired by that movie and the characters?
Not at all. I think it's similar in it. Oh gosh, I don't know much about Logan's Run, to be honest. I really don't. I've never seen it. It's crazy. I think I know I've heard of it, of course, but I really don't know much about it, and I think there's some. I'm sure there's some similarities, but I think this world is definitely made up of 100% of Andrew Niccol's imagination.
So after Red Riding Hood, this is another edgy and thrilling choice for a movie to act in. Is this your direction for your career, and what attracted you to this role in this movie?
I think I'm always trying to look for diversity, and I just don't want to get bored doing any one thing. But it is fun to I mean, this is much more of an action thriller than Red Riding Hood was, and the concept is just unbelievable, and it is like a futuristic world that we don't quite know, and that's always fun to try to create a character within a world that I'm not familiar with. Although there are so many similarities, it's easy to relate to in certain ways as well. And I think that's why I wanted to do it so much, because it was such a high concept, and it was so stylized that I don't know. I had to play Sylvia. I mean, there's just a great shift that happens very early on for her, and it was fun reading that shift and then being able to create that.
So what are the themes you enjoyed exploring with In Time? And what is this movie about beyond the thrill of the ride?
It's about the fact that our classes are so separate, and in the society that we actually live in, our world. And I think it's scary because this is so much more literal. In this movie, the poor have no time to live, and they live day by day. And it makes for a much more exciting lifestyle. Of course, it's very scary and depressing in some ways, but the rich have all the time in the world, and they can be immortal, which is also a really depressing idea. And they don't do much at all. They just try to keep themselves healthy, which is just, in this, is represented as being very boring. And so I don't know. There's such a separation between the two, and I think in this world it would be so much better if the people with the money were able to share it more freely, which it doesn't seem as easy for whatever reason, greed or just I don't know, anything. But I think it reflects on how our society behaves, and that's scary. But I think it's also going to remind a lot of people after they see it that there is a way to kind of merge the two.
What would you do if you could buy all the time in the world?
What would I do? I don't know. I think I'd be overwhelmed. I know if I had one day to live what I would do, but I don't know if I had all the time in the world what I would do, and I never really thought about it because it seems too daunting.
Well, what would you do if you had one day to live?
I would just try to get everybody I love in one place.
What do you think time can buy?
Time can buy comfort, I think, and commitment. I think people wouldn't be so afraid of committing to something if they knew how much time they had. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that's bullshit. But I don't think so. I mean, I feel like people are so scared. Maybe of having too much time, which is why they can't commit, so maybe not. I don't know. I think time would buy, I don't know, comfort, I guess.